Sabalenka on the Battle of the Sexes. The idea of the event was misunderstood. The number one in the WTA ranking has started the year in the best possible way at the WTA Brisbane, also remembering the detractors of her match against Nick Kyrgios a few days ago. Aryna Sabalenka has started 2026 in the best possible way. After debuting at WTA Brisbane with a victory in the doubles draw alongside Paula Badosa, the world number one has done the same in the singles draw at the expense of Spanish player Cristina Bucsa, 6-0, 6-1, who could do little against the level displayed by the Belarusian. In the press conference, Sabalenka talked about her excellent performance and also didn't hold back against the critics of the Battle of the Sexes with a couple of comebacks. On December 28, Sabalenka faced Nick Kyrgios in an exhibition match that was criticized by many, in which the Australian player ended up winning with a double 6-3. The reality is that the match attracted all the media attention, which for Sabalenka was the key to the whole scenario, beyond any suspicion it may have generated in some. As expected, it has been one of the most repeated questions in the press conference, and Aryna didn't hold back. What Sabalenka said after winning at WTA Brisbane 2026 her level, a warning for the rest? I didn't focus on warning anyone smiling for the season. I was too concentrated on the things I had been working on during the preseason. I just tried to show my level. I did well, and if anyone got scared by that, I'll be happy to see players surrender, but that won't happen, unfortunately. Bringing the best from the first match of the year. I think throughout the year, I have learned to be prepared for anything that can happen on the court, so every time I go out there, I am ready to compete. I'm prepared for things not going well, and I'm prepared to fight. I think that mentality helps me reach this level. I was surprised by my serve and volley points. I was practicing working on it, but I wasn't sure if it would work well in the match. I'm glad I was able to practice it in the match. I worked very hard, so I wasn't surprised by the level. Message to the critics of the Battle of the Sexes. What saddens me, guys, is that some people misunderstood the idea behind that event. I don't care. I think there will always be people who don't like you, who don't respect you, who don't support you. But there are so many people who support me, who truly encourage me, and who find inspiration in me that I focus on that part. I don't even think about that exhibition. It was fun. It was a great challenge. I think it brought a lot of attention to tennis. It wasn't about proving anything to anyone. It was about showing that tennis can be truly great and that we can attract a lot of attention to an exhibition match, something that normally never happens, and we did. That's all it was, and it was fun. There are many people who have supported us, and I'm focusing on that. When I entered this match, I was just playing my tennis. I was focusing on my game, on the things I was working on. That's all. The match against Kyrgios, good preparation for Brisbane. When you play against a man, the intensity is completely different, especially when it's Nick, who plays a drop shot on every shot, so you move a lot. It was a great physical training for me. And today, I was like, phew, let's move, you know? Kyrgios has come back to the circuit. Realistically, I will be very happy to see him win because, as his team has told me, they have been working very hard. That exhibition match was a great boost for him to start working and doing things. If he goes out there and becomes the Nick he was before the injury, I'll be happy for him. Possible quarterfinal against Madison Keys and the revenge of the last Australian Open final first. We have to reach the quarterfinals and then we'll talk about the match. But if it happens, it's going to be a battle, and we always give each other a tough time on the court and play at a high level. I would love that to happen, but first, we have to move on to the next round. How to maintain intensity and level throughout the entire match. I think being on the circuit for quite some time, I'm a player with a lot of experience. I've seen many things happen. Even if you are winning easily and lose momentum, with some easy shots, things can turn. So I think over the years I have learned to maintain concentration, ignore the score, and focus only on what I have to do on the court. Yes, of course, I felt a bit frustrated if I missed a shot because I wasn't happy with how I played that point, and that's it. I think it's a great mentality, but it can also be counterproductive if you go too far and ignore that the score is in your favor. So sometimes you can relax. But if you can balance these two things, I think it's a great mentality.